guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video we're gonna make this awesome electronic e-commerce store using the WordPress and the Elementor. So let me show the demonstration of the project in what we're gonna make in this video from start. Okay, so here you can see that we have this website. The name of the website is Electra Hub, and here you can see that we are selling all this type of product. So let me refresh this website and let me show what are the things we're gonna make in this website. Okay, so here you can see that. Let's refresh the website, and here you can see that we have the sequence animation here like this, and here you can see that we have this gradient effect, and here we have this type of header. So you can see that here we have this type of header design, and I will show you how you're gonna build this from start step by step. Okay, so also here you can see that when I refresh this website, the animations are like this. Here we have the sequence animation. So first this section will come, then this section will come, then this section will come. Okay, so let me show you again. And here you can see that the sequence animation are working like this. And also here you can see that we have this transparent effect. Okay, and here we have this type of counter, 5 plus rating, 5,000 products sold, and here we have this type of button. We have the about us button, we have the check now button, and here we have 7,000 plus happy clients. Okay, and also you can see that our this type of header, and here we have this type of hover effect on these menus, the grow animation, and also here we have the cart. So when you click on this cart, here you can see that no products in the cart. Okay, so this is a fully working e-commerce store. So let's move below and I will show you the next section. Here you can see that we have this people choices section where you can add this type of things, and here you can see that we have the slider. So this is showcasing all our products. So if I go below, here you can see that we have this type of slider here, and here we have the view more button, and this you can slide by using the mouse cursor like this. Okay, and this is also working. If you click on this, it will go to the respective page. So when you click on this, you can see that we are on the single product page here, and here we have the description, reviews, and here we have all of these categories and all. Okay, and here you can see that we have all of this. So this is auto sliding, and this is fully made by using the Elementor. We are not importing any pre-made template like other YouTubers. We are gonna make all of this section step by step from scratch. Okay, so we never import any pre-made template like other YouTubers for making website. We make everything from start. So you will learn how to make custom designs using the Elementor. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have. So let me show you one more animations here. So when you refresh, you can see when I go below to that section, we have this type of animation here. This will come from the top. Okay, so this will look cool. So this is our city section where you can feature specific products which is the hot selling product, and here when they click, they can go to the specific product. And here you can see we have this gradient color effect. So this is a very basic website, but this is very looking good, I think. And here we have the explore product. So let's go below. Here we have the featured product section where we have this type of product grid. So here you can see that we have this animation on these images. We have this bob animations. Okay, so here we have this add to cart button. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have add to cart button also, and here we have the view more button. So this you can link with the shop now page. Okay, so I will show you how you can link all of this and make this, and this is also fully made by using the Elementor loop grid. So I will show you how you can build this type of awesome product grid by using the Elementor loop grids and all. Okay, so here you can see we have the add to cart button and all, and this is all working. So when you click on this add to cart, it will add the product in the cart. So let me show you. So here you can see that the product is added in the cart like this. Okay, and here we have this view cart button and all option. Okay, so let's go back to the home section again, and you can see all of these buttons are also working. You can add in the cart and all. Okay, so you can see we have the hover effect. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the real stories, real satisfaction. So here you can showcase your testimonials, some testimonials. So I will show you how you can design this. Here you can see we have the glass effect. Okay, so I will show you how you can custom fully design this review section. So you can see here we have the animations also. So when I scroll, so you can see we have the animations like this. So let's go below, and here you can see the animations coming here like this from the left and right. Okay, and this is very looking good, I think. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this also. So let's go below. Here we have the next gen selection section, and here you can showcase all your product things like what are the things you are selling, the accessories, if you are selling anything like laptop and PC accessories and this camera, okay, and this gaming product. So you can showcase all your products. So right now I'm using the dummy product, but you can add the real products and categories here. Okay, so here you can see that we have the animations also. So let me show you the animations, and we are not using any other animation library. We are using Elementor default library system. So this will work fine for all your website. I don't believe in much animation because it will make the video because it will make the website slow. I believe in simple specific animations. So okay, so your website should be fast. Okay, so here you can see we have the inside and update section. Here we have all of this layout like this, and here we can show our blocks and all. So suppose you have any blocks and all, so you can show it like that. So here we have the block grids and all. Okay, so we have this type of section also, and at last we have our city section, one more city section where we have joined our tech community, so they can subscribe or you can add a form here. Okay, so here you can see we have the city section here. So let me show you again the animations we have in the CT section. So all these are basic animation, and you can add this by using the Elementor Pro. Okay, so if I go below, you can see this is fully animated, and here we have this type of animation, and here also in the footer we have the animations. Okay, in the footer you can see we have very basic footer, but this is looking very good by using these borders and all. Okay, so here we have the social icon, this Electra Hub logo. Here we have all the navigation, quick links, and information about our website. Also, you can see we have this scroll to the button. So when I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Okay, and you can see here we have the about, featured, stories, categories, blocks, and content. So I will show you how you can link this type of section to this type of menu to your specific section also. So right now I don't link this. So you can see here we are getting the CSS ID. So I will show you how you can link this CSS ID to this respective section. Let me show you the mobile part of the website. So let me show you that scroll to the button also working. So when I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website. Okay, so let's go to the inspect part, and I will show you the mobile version of this website. So you can see this website is fully responsive for all the screens. Okay, so you can see we have this fully working, and here also we have this menu. We have the toggle menu here. Also the animations are fully working. So let me show you that animations. Okay, so let me refresh this and show you the animations. Okay, so you can see the animations are fully working. Okay, you can see this fully working website. Here we have the menu fully working. Here we have this sidebar. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see all of these things are fully working. This is in the right, so this is according to the designs. Okay, so if you want, you can just change it. Okay, so here you can see all of this. So here we have the slider. So right now you can see that we have the slider here, and you can also slide by using these mouse dots, and also you can slide by using the mouse cursor. Okay, let's go below. Here we have this image. Here we have this type of CT section here. Okay, featured products is also working. So we have the grid for the featured product. You can see all of these are fully working. Okay, and let's go below, and here you can see we have the real story section. So this is also working fully, and let's go below. Here you can see we have the next gen section, laptop and PC. All these are fully responsive and fully working in the smaller screens. Okay, here we have the block section. So you can see all of these blocks are fully working also. Okay, and this will adapt the screen size according to screen size. Okay, and here you can see we have the join our community section, and at last we have this footer section. Okay, and also this scroll to top button will work when I click on this button. Okay, so let me show you that this website is fully working. So let's me add another product in the cart. So for that, let's click on this. So let's choose any product. Suppose I want to add this in the cart, so let's choose this. Okay, and after that you can see we are on the single product page. So right now we have the description and all this. So now let's you can also increase and decrease how many quantity you want. So let's click on this add to cart. So you can see we have the view cart button. So let's click on this view cart. Also you can view the cart from here. So right now you have two products, and you can view and check out from here. Okay, the total is 50,000. So now you can see that we are in the checkout, we are in the cart page. So here if you have any coupon code and all, you can just add the coupon code, and here let's go to proceed to checkout. Here also you can delete this. Okay, so let me show you that we can also delete the product from here. So if you want to delete and remove the product, you can just go here and remove and decrease. You can also remove the product from here, and after that the product cart will automatically update it. Okay, so this is fully, you can also undo this if you don't want to remove. So let me undo this. So because we don't want to remove the product. So now you can see we have the proceed to checkout button. Let's click on this, and after that you can see we have the checkout button, means the checkout form and all. So here you can just fill out these forms and you can place an order. Right now I'm using the cash on delivery, I don't have any payment option. So let me fill this form randomly, and here you can see after that you can see order notes. If you want to add some order notes like please deliver my order fast, so you can put any order notes for the, okay, if you have some. So now just you can go here and place the order. Okay, so after that you can see we can also place the order, and after that it will okay, billing email address is required field. Okay, so here let's see, let's place any email address here. Okay, so we have placed the email, let's place the order. Okay, then after that you can see we have thank you, your order has been received. So you can see this is a fully working website. Okay, this is a fully working website, and you can just place everything, order and all. Okay, so I will show you how you can build the fully working e-commerce store using the Elementor and the WordPress. Also, I will give you all of these images in the description so you can follow along with me. Also, I will give you this dummy product. Dummy product CSV file, and I will show you how you can import all of the dummy product in your store, and you can follow along with me step by step. Also, you can buy this kit from the video description at very affordable rates if you want to buy this kit. And if you face any issue while importing the kit, we and our team are always there for you. Okay, so you can check out all our previous kits also. All of the links are in the video description. You can also download all of these images and all. Okay, so let's without wasting any time, let's start making this website step by step from scratch. Okay, so for making this website, let me show you what are the things which are required. So let's go to the appendix first, and I will show you which theme I am using. So here I am using the Blocksy theme. So this is a very lightweight and fast theme. I really like this theme. Okay, and here also you can get the single product page and shop page pre-made. Okay, so we are not gonna make that, but you can also make that by using the Elementor theme, and I will show you in this video. Okay, so now let's go to the plugin section, and I will show you what are the plugins we are using. So you can install these plugins. So we are using the Elementor, its Pro version, and also the WooCommerce. Okay, so we're gonna build this e-commerce by using the WooCommerce. Okay, so we are using these plugins. Also, we are selling the Elementor Pro lifetime validity. If you want to buy the Elementor Pro, so you can check out the link are in the video description. Okay, now let's go to the, okay, so after that you can see all of these things are there. Now let's go to the media library, and we have to first import all of these images. Okay, so I already imported all of these images, so let me show you. Okay, so I will give you all of these images also in the video description to follow along with me. Okay, then after that what we have to do, we have to just import all of these products. So I will give you a CSV file for importing all of these products. So what you have to do, you have to just go to the all products. Okay, you have to go to the all product, and there you will find an import option. Okay, there you will find an import option. So let me show you how to import. So let me remove one of these products first, and I will show you from start how we're gonna import this product. Okay, so let me do it for you, so you don't get confusion while importing the products, because the layout will be changed. So here let me go to the trash, and I will remove all of the trash also, so we don't have any issue while importing. So let's do it permanently. Okay, so you can see right now I don't have any product, and I will show you how you can import the product by using the CSV file. Okay, so let's go to the okay, let's wait. So here you can see when you open for the first time, you can go to the products, all of products. So then you will see here we have this option, import your product from a CSV file. So you have to click here. Okay, let's click this. Then here you have to choose the CSV file. So I will give you this CSV file in the video description. So let me go to the top. Here this is the CSV file. Okay, then you have to just click on this continue. Okay, then after that you have to do one thing, because I have this locally, so images will not be imported. So you have to go to the images section here. Here we have to choose do not import. If you don't do this, your import will be failed. So run the import. After choosing that do not import, run the import. Okay, so it will take a few seconds, so let's wait for it. Okay, so these products are now being imported. Okay, so note the featured images of all the products will not be imported. You have to just manually set in all the products. So let's wait and see. Okay, so it will say import complete, 6 products imported. Now let's click on this import products. Means view products. So you can see all of these products as imported, but you can see we don't have the featured image. So what you have to do, I will give you all of these images. So you have to just randomly set all of these featured image by opening this like let's you can just open it one by one like here I'm doing like this. You can open all of the 6 products. Let's do it quickly and we can follow along. Okay, so you can see all of these things are already there, but only we have to set the featured image. So let's wait for all of these to load. Okay, so you can see this is loaded. Now we have to go to the sponsored product image and we can set any random images. Go to the media library. Okay, let's set in this random product. Here you can see that we have all of these products. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products. So let's do this for. Okay, here you can also add some gallery images. If you want to add some more images, you can just click on this and add more gallery images. Okay, but right now we are using only first one image. Here we have the. Let's do this laptop image. Let's do this. So I am randomly choosing the images. Okay, but you can choose the images according to the name. Like here we have a smart watch. So let's choose the watch. Here we have the watch. Then update. Here we have the earbuds. So let's choose the earbuds from here. Okay, so here we have the earbuds. So let's choose the product and after that we can update. Okay, similarly we have to do this for the wireless mouse also. So you have to do these steps. So here we have the wireless mouse, the product image, and then update. Okay, then after that you can see we have this camera. So we can just choose this camera image. Okay, here we have the camera, set product image. Okay, then after that we have to update this also. So you can see all of these are updated. Okay, then you can see if I go to this Electra Hub 2 and here we have all product section and let me see, you can see all of these images are there. We don't have image for this smartwatch pro, so let me open this again. And after that I will set the product image here also. So let's do the product image from here. Okay, so smart watch, so I have to choose the watch, right? Let's choose the watch here. Okay, let's update. Okay, so in this way you have to upload all of these products for making the website. So right now if I go to the all products again, you can see all our products will be imported here. Okay, and all of these images are also. So we have successfully imported our products. We have successfully imported all of these images. So now let's start making our website. Okay, now for making the website, we have to add a new page where we're gonna make the home page. So let's go to the pages option, and here you can see we already have some pages. Okay, so here we have the sample page also. So let's remove this sample page from here. We don't want any sample pages and all. Okay, we have the privacy policy different pages all. So now let's go to this add page option, and here we have to add the page. So let me choose this and here we can add the page home. Okay, here you can choose the default template as the Elementor full width and let's publish. Okay, now you can see we have this home page. Now what we can do, we can just go to the settings. Here you will find the reading option. And here, let me see, here you can see we have the static tag option. Let's go there and here we can set this as home page. Here choose the for each feed include expert. Okay, save the changes. Okay, so we have set the home page. Okay, so we have set the home page here for the default page. Okay, so whenever you open this from here, you will go to the default page. Okay, and here and by clicking on this, you can also go to the view store. So you can just check out all of the products are there. Okay, so this is your shop page. Okay, so now what we can do, we have to go to this. Okay, so let me show you the WooCommerce settings which we have to do. Let's go to the settings, and here we have to add some address and all. So here you have to fill out all your address. Means where the shop is located. So right now I will put any dummy address like this. Okay, and here you can choose. Let me choose India and Madhya Pradesh because I am from Riva. Okay, so here you can see sell to all countries. Here you can choose if you are selling to specific. So suppose we are selling this only to India, so you have to choose this India. Okay, let's search again India. Shipping location, you can also set this to ship to specific countries only. Here you can set this to India. Okay, and default customer location, no location by default. You can just leave this or leave this. Here, if you want to add the taxing calculation, you can just enable this. So I hope we want to add, but you can add this auto. So here you can choose your own which way you want to sell. So I am using the Indian rupees currency. If you are from different country, you can just choose it here according to your state and country and all. Okay, then after that, let's save the changes. So let's save the changes here. Okay, so also for making the payment complete, we have to activate a payment gateway. So let me go to the payment option, and here we have to activate a payment gateway. So here you can see that right now I'm using cash on delivery, but you can connect this with Stripe, PayPal. I largely use Razorpay. So in India, I think Razorpay is the best. So you can just install this, and you have to just add the Razorpay account. Okay, so if you want to add those Razorpay and all, you can check out so many videos are there. Okay, so for the demonstration purpose, let me choose the cash on delivery option so we can enable this here. Okay, so this is enabled. Okay, so you can see all of these things are set. Now let's rock and roll, and we're gonna begin the home page now. Okay, so you can see here we have this type of home page. So let me go here and make this here. Okay, and here let me remove this. Here you can go to this. Okay, so here you can see that we have this page which we want to replicate, and here we have this page. So now in this here we have to click on the edit page. Okay, so let's go to the edit page of the home page, and from here we have to click on this edit with Elementor. So it will open the Elementor page builder. Okay, so right now you can see we have to choose some fonts. So let me go here, and we have to choose the color picker tool, and we're gonna choose the colors. So let me choose the colors. So the colors are this. Okay, so let me open this. Okay, so this is open. We can also make this small. Now let's go to this site setting option, and here you will find the global color option. Okay, then after that we can add a new color. So let me add the theme one, and here we can choose that color. Okay, also we can choose the black color from here. Okay, let's choose the black color. Okay, so we have to choose the theme black color here also. Okay, like this. And okay, let's save the changes. Okay, after that you can see we have some custom colors. So now let me go back, and here if I see we have some more colors here. If you want to, let me check this color code. So we have to just pick the color code from our website. So I pick this color. Now let me go to the global colors again. So sometime it don't show the color. So here you can see that. Now let's choose this color, and here we can write theme DG, and here just we can choose this color. Okay, let's save the changes. Then after that, let me get back to here. Okay, so now you can see that we have to make this now. Okay, so for making this first layout, you can see here we have the two section layout. Okay, so for the two section layout, what we're gonna do, we have to just go here, and we have to add the two section layout. Okay, and here we can make this hero. Okay, now here you can see that we are using the max width, I think 1400. Okay, and here we can just add 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom, and here we have to just go below container, and here we can remove all of this padding. Here also let's remove all of this padding. Okay, now you can see we have to set color gradient here. So let me go to the gradient color, and here we can set the theme one, and here we can also set the white color. Okay, like this. Then you can see here we have this future of web. Okay, future of tech. Okay, so let me check what are the fonts we are using. So we can use this fonts Ninja Google Chrome extension to check this. So if I go here, analyzing fonts, here you can see we are using the Montserrat, and here we are using the Montserrat thin. Okay, so let me go here, and here we're gonna set this Monte. Okay, what is the spelling? Montse. Okay, Montse. So we have this Montserrat, and here we can just increase the font size of this. Let me see what are the. So we should use the 80. Okay, here also we are using above 80. So let's choose the 85, and for the default we are using this 600. Okay, here you can see we have the lorem ipsum, so we can just add this here, and this for this we can use any font, but right now we are using the default font. Yes. Okay, now you can see we have to add this button. So for adding the button, we can add a new container here. Okay, and here we can write this btn box. Okay, we can just add this button. So here you can see we have the check now. Check now button, and here you can see we have this gradient effect like this. Okay, and here you can see we have this gradient color, and here you can see we have to use the black color, and also we can use some white color. Okay, so let's use the black shade little bit like this. Okay, now we can increase and decrease the font size of this. Let's increase and decrease the font size. Okay, and here for the padding we are using 15, and from the left and right we are using the 30, and from the left also we are using the 30. Okay, and here we can use the 100. Okay, so here you can see that we have the check now button. Also we have the about us button. So now we can again make this duplicate this. Here we can go to the btn box layout, and here we can make this in the center, and this will say about us. So let me go here, and here we have the about us, and here we can have the arrow, and here we can use this. Okay, now you can see we have this background color. So for that we are gonna use any white color. Here also you have to set a solid color. Okay, like this black. Okay, and here we can also set this black color. So you can see the arrow is coming here, so we can make the arrow in this direction. Now you can see we have this type of hover effect. So for that we can just go to the style hover, and here you will find the shrink animation like this, and for this also we can choose the shrink animation like this. Now you can see we have the btn box advanced, and here we can add the 20 pixel at the top. Okay, so let me publish this one so we don't lose any changes. So right now we are going to this view page. So let me see the view page option. Here you can see we are just making this. So now we can we have to make this. So for making this, you can see we have the btn box. Let's click on the btn box and add a new container. So it will add the new container just below that. Okay, now we can add an image here. Let's add an image, and the image which we are gonna use is this. So here you can see we have the container, and here we can have it like this, and we can just go to the advanced, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of it. We are gonna use the 20. Okay, let's increase the size more. Okay, now you can see we have this counter. So for making the counter section we can just add this counter value here. You can just make it below. Click on this, and here you will find, okay, like this, and here you can find this 100. Now here you can see that 700 plus happy clients. So you can just go here, and here we can write 700 plus, and here you can write happy clients. Okay, here you can see we have the number option, so we can just increase and decrease the number. Okay, and here you can see we have this font, so we can choose the Montserrat font, and here you can use this. Okay, and here you can also use the any random font which you want to use. So I'm just demonstrating how to build this website. So here you can see we have to just place a gap here also. So you can just paste the gap here like this. Okay, this is also looking good. Now let's publish. Okay, so now you can see here we have this layout. So now let's go to the second part of the column. Here you can see we have to set a laptop image. So let's choose the image here. Okay, here we can set this in the left direction, and here also we can make this small. So for making the images small, always use this advanced custom width. Don't use this. Okay, this will not make the image, it will make something weird. Okay, so always choose that. Okay, now you can see we have this counter again. So for adding the counter, we can just add a container below. Okay, and here first let's make this container fully white, so we recognize where the container is. And here we can just go to the background, and here we can add some border radius like 30, and here also we can put some padding 40. Okay, and here we can just go to this full width. Okay, you can just make it small. Here you can see now what we have to do. You have to just copy this from here. Okay, so we are gonna copy and paste so much things from in this because we are gonna make this website smartly, not hardware. Okay, so if you want to build website using smart way, then this video is for you. But if you want to build the website in a long way, you can follow along this video also. You will learn so much things. Here we can make this 65. Okay, so here you can see we have the 5 plus market rating, so you can just update this. You can write 5 plus, here you can write market ratings. Okay, here you can write 5,000 products sold. So whatever you want to mention here for your products sold. Okay, and here you can see we have a line here. So for adding the line, you can just put a line here. Okay, here you can see we have this line, but you can also put that line if you want, but if you don't, you can just. So for putting the line, you can just put this all in a container. Okay, like this. Here we are using this container. Okay, just put this in this container. Okay, and just duplicate this and remove from here, and you can just place it inside this container. So you can see now we can just go here, and here you can see we have the background option, background solid, and in the left direction we can have this. So you can see that we have this. Okay, so in this way we can just, you can see here the line is not in the proper, so for that we can just remove all of this padding from here. Okay, now we gonna add some padding here like 20, and here also we can add some 20. Okay, and for this padding we can just make this to 20 also. Okay, now if you see we have this guide line proper. Okay, so in this way we can put this line. Okay, let's publish. Now you can see we have to make this heading here. Here we have the two section layout. Here we have the 1 and 2. Now we have to put a gap between this. Okay, we can put this gap here. So the gap would be 60. Now let's publish. Okay, here you can see we can refresh this and see if hero section is working or not. You can see this is fully working. Okay, now let's build this also. So here we have to copy this and we can just go and paste this. So here you can see we have to place this in below this like this, and this should be in the like this. So here in your hands, so we can just replace this text here. Okay, in your hands. Also you can see we have this container, so we can just add a container here. Okay, and here also we can make this white color. Here we can just add the 30. Okay, now let me see, we have to choose any random image, so let's choose this image. Okay, and here you can choose the custom like this. Okay, like we can choose the 50, and here you can see we have this container. Let's make everything in the center. Now we can choose and make this like this. Okay, and here we can just increase this like this, so you can see. And now we can go to the border, and here we can have some border radius like this. Okay, and here if I go to the background, and here we can make this a little glass effect. Now we have to move this here. You can see this is at the top, so for that we're gonna use the this position property, make this absolute, so it will move there. Now you can just choose the orientation and you can just place it here like this. Okay, here also we can place this in the left direction little bit like this. Okay, so you can put it anywhere like this. So we can just put it more here and just put it a little bit at the top like this. And here we have to set the z index value also 100. You can see we have this transparent effect here on this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish this final time, and here we have to just go to this and refresh. So after that you can see we have successfully built this hero section. Okay, so we don't have any gap below, so let's put some gap below. So let's put this to 200. So we have some gap here to see. Okay, let's see 250. Let's publish. Okay, all of these sections are fully made. So let me refresh it final time, and our hero section is almost ready, I think. So you can see after refreshing, you can see our hero section is fully working and this is looking good. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this. Okay, so now for making this, what we have to do, we have to just add a two section layout. So let me add a two section layout here, and this will say product or people choices. So let me make this choices. We can mention these choices here, and here also we can choose the 1400 max width. So let's choose the 1400 max width. Okay, and here we can add 80 to the top, and here we can also add 80 to the bottom like this. Okay, let me go here, and here we have to add one more bg color, so background type. Here you can see we have the theme bg color. Okay, so let's publish. Now you can see we have this image, and here also you can see the left one is little bit bigger than the right one. So for that, let's first choose this. Let's go below 1 and 2. So this is the one, so we can make this and here we can add this to 60, and this is the second one. Here we can make this to 40, and we can remove this. Okay, now we can just add an image here, and let's choose that image. So we have that image, this is the image. Okay, and here you can see we have this fully working. So this is the image. So I think okay, here you can see we have this borders and all. So I think this image have some issues, so you can just go to the edit image. Okay, so you can do that for all, or you can just simply crop it first. Here you can see we have some borders here in this image, So let me quickly remove this border. Okay, so you have to just do this simple step and apply crop. So you can see inside the WordPress also we can crop our images and all. Let's save the edits. Then after that, if I select this, and if I now you can see we have the people choices. So let me add this here. Okay, and here we can write this people's choices. Okay, and here we can choose the Montserrat fonts, and here we can choose the 500, 600. Okay, let's increase and decrease the font size of this. Okay, and here you can see we have this value, and here you can see we have the view more button. So let me copy this, and here we can add the view more button below. View more button, and here we can add this to 30. Okay, now you can see we have this image. So let me click on this. Here we have the border radius to 30, 20. Okay, and here we can see we have the choices. So we can just make this to the top, and here we can have some space 16. Also you can see this is a little bit bigger, so we can just play with its width, like we can just add the width and all like here like this. Okay, so here you can see we have the people choices section, and also we have this image. Now you can see we have to make this loop. So now let's publish this, and first we're gonna make this loop. So you can see for making this loop we have to go to the uh, pages option. Okay, let's go to the pages option. Here you will find the let's go to the Elementor templates, and here you will find this theme builder. So let's open this theme builder. Okay, now you can see we have this type of product. So for that you can see we have this loop item. So just click on the loop item and let's add new. Okay, so here we have to make a loop item. So let's open this. Okay, now let me close all of this pre-made template. Okay, so here you can see we have to make this design. So for making this we have to just close this all. Okay, now here we have to, here you can see we have the two section loop. So we can just add it like this. We have to choose this. Okay, now you can see here we can choose the main. Okay, make this full width. And here you have to remove all of these paddings. So when you go below, here you can see we have the image, and here we have the data. So we can mention it like that. Here also we can remove all of these paddings. Here also we can remove all of these paddings. Okay, now let's first add the image here. So let's add this image. So right now you can see that we have this image. So here you will choose the dynamic text option. Just go here, and here you will find the WooCommerce product image. So choose that product image, but it will show that no product image will be shown here because we have to go to this, and here we have to go to the preview settings, and here we have to choose the product, and here we can choose any random product. Okay, so let's choose this and apply and preview. Then after that you can see in some time it will load that preview. So I hope it will look okay. So we have this here. Now we have to go to the main. Now let's put some padding here. Okay, and go to the styles, and here in the border we have to set this solid, and here we have to set this for 1, make them black, and here we can make this to 30. Okay, so we have built this. Now we can see we have this main, and here we can set that to 15. Okay, now you can see we have this earbuds and all. So now we can add this image. Okay, we can set this, and here we can go to the dynamic. So let me first design this. Okay, so here also we can choose any font size. So let's choose this font size. Okay, and for the color we're gonna use this secondary color, and here we can use the 500. Okay, now for the this, we can go to the dynamic text, and here you will find the product. This is a product category, so we have to choose a product category. So here you can see we have the terms option, and here you can go to the product terms, and here you can see product categories. Okay, and here you can see we don't want to mention this category here, so we have this category here. Okay, and here also we can make this transform to capitalize, so the first letter will be capital. Now you can see we have these earbuds. First you can see we have the data option, we can make everything in the center. Okay, then after that we can just duplicate this, and here we have this. So let me go here, and here we can increase and decrease this. Okay, and increase and decrease this. Here you can see you can just go to this, and here we can choose the product title. Okay, and here you can see we have the pricing also. So again we can choose this, and we can choose this, and this time we're gonna use the dynamic text, and we're gonna choose the product price. Okay, like this, and here we can just make this text color. Okay, so in this way you can just make this. So here also we can make this theme black. Let's increase the fonts a little bit to 25. Okay, so this is done. Now let's me name this here. You can just name this here product loop 1. Let's publish. Okay, and also we can make this for the mobile. So you can see in the mobile it will look like this. So I think this is looking good, but let's add some more in the mobile padding 20. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so this is published. Now what we have to do, we have to just refresh this here. So after refreshing, it will load the loops from the backend. So let me refresh this. Okay, then after that we can just go below, and here you will see we have the loop grid option. Okay, not the loop grid, we have to use the loop carousel. Okay, this one, and here you can see the product, and here we can choose the loop, and this will say the product loop. Okay, and here you can see we have the 2 slides to display, so we can choose the 2 here. Okay, and here in the settings we don't want to use the arrow, only navigation. Also we don't want to use any navigation, we want to use the pagination only. Okay, and from here we can go to the pagination. Here you can use the 20. Here for the pagination we have the space between 20. Okay, and here we can increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and here we can also increase the spacing from here. Okay, then we can see here we have the slide and scroll where we can make this 2, so it will be 2. Here now we have the product loop. Okay, and here we make this 30 like this. Okay, let's publish. Now let's try to refresh it here, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see we have the people choice option, and here also our product grid loop is working. Okay, so in this way we can build this section also. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the CTA section. Okay, so for making the CTA section, what we can do is let's remove all of these loops and all. You can see for this section is not that hard. Okay, so here you can see for that first we have to add a new container here, and here we can mention CTA1. Okay, here you can see we have the 1400 max width. Here let's remove all of these paddings and all. Here we have the 80 at the top and 80 at the bottom. Okay, now you can see we have to add a new container here. So now let's add a container, and inside this container we can remove all of these paddings and all. Now let's me add another container, main, and here we have the one, and here we have the two, and here you can see we have this like this. Okay, now you can see for the first one we can make this to 40, and for the second one we can make this to 60. Okay, and here you can see we have this image option, so let me add the image option first, and here we have to choose an image. So here we have to choose this image here. Okay, so this image, so here we have to use this main option. Okay, so for that we can use the gradient color theme 1, and this would be white. Okay, like this, and here we can also make the angle, like we can use this angle. Okay, now we can just go to em value, and here we can add this to the top. Okay, here for the main we can add a border, so let's add a solid border here. Okay, this would be black and this would be 40. Here also decrease this image, so let me decrease this image. Okay, and here you can see we have the main option, and here also we can have the city option, and this is the main option. Here also we can add some padding like 30 and all. Okay, so now you can see we have the cyber security Monday like this, so you can just add it here heading. Okay, we can just copy this and paste it. Okay, now you can see we have this lot of options, so we can copy this lot of option from the top here, and we can just paste it here. Also we have this button, okay, this blackish button, so with that we can copy it from here. Okay, so this is the beauty of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste any section from anywhere. Now we can just go here, and here we can just make this to 30, and also we can click on this button, and here we can make this 30. We can also rename this button, so like here we can write read more. Okay, so in this way. Okay, so this is also done. Now let's publish. Now let me show you after publishing we have to refresh this here, so let's refresh this, and after refreshing let's go below. Here you can see our CTS section is also ready, how far we are building website. Now let's move to the next, where we're gonna build the feature product section. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this featured product section. So you can see that right now we have built this. So for making this section, what we have to do, we have to first add a new container. So let's add a new container here, and here we're gonna write featured. Okay, then after that here we're gonna add 1400 max width, and here you can see that we have 80 pixels. So let's add 80 pixels to the top, 80 pixels to the bottom, but here we can skip that, so we can have some consistent gaps here. Okay, so now, okay, let's add it here. Okay, now you can see that we have to make this box. So again, what we have to do, we have to again add this. Okay, then you can see that here we have, so let's make this in the center like this. So here you can see we have to rename this main box. Okay, then after that we can just go here, and here you can see we have the border property, so let's choose the solid. Here we have one, and here we can choose the theme black color. Okay, now you can see that in this featured section we have 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. So we can remove this, and we can go to the main box, and here we can add 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here you can see that we have let's add 80 to every size. So here we can add 60 also. Okay, let's try the 80 first and see what it looks like. Here we can go to styles, here border radius, here we have to add the border radius 20. Okay, now you can see that we have to add this title, so we can copy this title from here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste any section from anywhere. So here we can copy these featured products like this, Here we have this, so we can copy this organism from here, and here we can just paste it. Okay, now we can just, you can see we have to make this width custom, so we can just make this. Here we can make this in the center. Okay, now you can see that we have to make this grid. So right now only we have only one loop grid. So now let's make another loop grid also. So we can go to this. Here we can see we have the template option. Let's go to this theme builder. Okay, let's go to this theme builder. And you can see that this design is almost same to this design, just this is vertical and this is horizontal, means this is vertical and this is horizontal, the upper one. Okay, so for that what we can do, we can just open this and we can just open in a new tab. Okay, so let's open this in a new tab. We're gonna copy this same, only we have to tweak some changes. So I will show you how you can build the website in a smarter way. Okay, we're gonna make the things easy, we're gonna make the things fast, we are not gonna do the hard work. I always prefer to do the smarter work. Okay, the lazy one is the smartest worker, so be lazy but be smart. Okay, so here you can see that we have to make a new loop. So this is our old loop. Okay, this is the almost same, but only we have to just make it vertical. So you can see that this is the main. Now we can go to this and this, you can see. Okay, we have this much here, and I think there is some issue. If I see, we have the image tag, we have the data tag here. Okay, so this is the issue, we have to make this full width. Okay, and here also we can have this width, so we can make everything in the center. So let's make everything in the center. Okay, in this way, and this also. So here also we can make this 20%. Okay, and here you can see we have this in the center, camera and all. So let's delete the product one loop here, and here also I think we are messing some things. Okay, so here, okay, so this is the issue, this is 50% and this is also now 100. So you can see that this is done. And if you want to make everything in the center, you can just make everything in the center. Okay, like this you can see, and just we have to add this button, add to cart. So we can copy this button from here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy your things from the different tabs. You can see, and so let's add 10 here. Okay, and here you can see that we have this add to cart button. So let me go here, and here we can add this add to cart. Okay, so this will not work right now because we have to go to this link option, and here you can see we have this add to cart button. So let's click on this add to cart button. So now whenever this will be uploaded, it will be added to the cart. Okay, so then all the things are done. Here you can see that we have this hover effect on this. So we can also add this hover effect by going to this image, go to the hover section, and here you can see we can add the bob animation. So let's add the bob animation here. So it will be work. So right now it is not showing here, but it will work. Now let's publish the. Okay, so here we have to just rename this also. So let's name this product loop 2. Okay, let's publish now. Now we can again refresh this here. Okay, let's refresh this. And after refreshing, okay, after refreshing, you can see we have to go below. Let's go below here, and here we can search for the loop grid. So we can just add this loop grid here. Okay, this is out of the main box. You can just drag this below. Okay, now you can just choose the products, and here you can search for the loop 2, product loop 2. Okay, so you can see that our loop is ready, and this is looking very good. Okay, so I hope you understand how you're gonna build this. Here if we make this, suppose let's make this from the right and left, let's make this 40, and for the upper and lower we have the 80. Okay, also we can just choose the main box. Inside this we have the loop grid. Now let's add some spacing at the top. Let's keep this 30. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish. Here also you can see that we have this view more button. Okay, so for that we can just copy this button from here, and you can just go below. and here also we can just paste this below. Okay, so here you can see that we have the view more button. Okay, like this. Let's publish. Then after that, what we can do, we can just go to the Electra Hub 2, and here we can refresh this. So let's see our grid is working or not. So you can see that feature product, and here we have all the grids working. Okay, and here we have the view more button. Okay, so in this way we can make this. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this testimonial section. Okay, so let's move further. Here you can see that we have this. So let's remove this. Now we're gonna make this real stories satisfaction section. Though this is looking tough, but this is not tough. I will show you how you're gonna build this. So here you can also see that we have this section. So for that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna first add a new container here. Let's add a new container, and we can rename this container to reviews. Here we can add 1400 max width, and here also we can set 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here you can see that we have featured product section here, and here we can add this now. So here also we can make everything in the center. Okay, and here you can see that we have this gradient effect. So let me make this theme 1, and here also we can make this like this. Okay, so or we can try this in a inverted version like this. So this is also looking good. Now we can copy this from here, and we can just go here and paste it here. Okay, now you can see that we have this button. So for adding this button, we can again copy this button from the top. Okay, like this. Okay, now we have to make this. So for making this, what we have to do, we have to add a new container here. Okay, and here we have to add the 2 containers. So let's, okay, so here we have to add the 3 containers. So this is the main, and here we can add 1. We can just remove all of this. Here we can duplicate this. Here we can again duplicate this 2, and here we can write this 3. Okay, now we can just go here, and here we can make this like this. Also we can have some spacing at the top like this. Now here you can see that we have center in the image. So here we can go. Here you can see we have to add let's add 25, and the last one would also be 25, and the center one let's keep 50. The total would be 100%. Okay, like this. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna just add an image here inside this. Okay, so here you can see that we have this image. So let's choose this image. So you can see we have this image here. Okay, and also we have some border here. So like for removing the border, you can just edit the image from here. Okay, just edit this image. Okay, this is a PNG image, but we have some borders here. Let's edit this, and here we can apply crop. Let's save the edits. Okay, now we can just click on this. Okay, now you can see that we have to make this. So for making this, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just so you can see we already have built this at the top, similar one. So we can also build that also, but let's try to build it from scratch. So let me show you how you're gonna build this from start. Okay, so here you can see that we have main, and here we can have this at the top, and or we can make it stretch. So now we can add a new container here. So let's add a container. Okay, so here you can see that we have too much gap here, so let's make this full width. Okay, so now this is done. So here we can have the inner, here we can have some padding. Okay, so this is the image, not the inner box. So I have to go to this, and this is the inner. Okay, and here we can add some 20 pixel. Here you can see we have this image. So for that we can first make this white color. So let's make this white color, and here we can have this border. Here we can have this solid 1, and this is the theme black, and here we have the border radius 20. Okay, now we have to add the image here. So let's add an image. Okay, let's keep the image inside. Here you can see we have this image, so let's keep this image. Okay, and here you can see we have this counter value. So for the counter value, what we can do, we can just copy the counter value from the top. Okay, like this. Okay, so building this is also very easy. Suppose you want to make the counter, so we can just drag and drop this counter here. Okay, and here you can see that the inner one, so we can make this like this. Okay, like this, and here we can just play with this size of this number, so we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Let's keep this 700 plus clients. We can keep this 35, and here we can have 700 plus and here we can write clients. Okay, now we can just make this okay, 35, and here we can have this inner. Here we can make this 0. Okay, and here we can have this 2 at the top. Okay, like here we can have this. Okay, now if you see, you can see we have this, and this is also looking good. Now what we have to do, we have to just place with some width. So we can choose this, and here we can have some width like little bit smaller or something. Okay, so this is looking good. We can just increase the size of this. Let's make this 50 like this. Okay, like make this 45. Okay, so in this way you can just play with that. Okay, and here you can see that 700 plus clients, and here also we can increase the size of this. So let's increase the size of this, like we can increase this to 40. Okay, and here we can write active clients. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see we have to make this. So for making this, again we can just duplicate this because this is almost similar. So we can just duplicate this. Okay, and this would be here, and now here we're gonna choose that image. So you can see we have this circle image, so let's choose this. Okay, and here also we can just make this here like this, and we can place it outside, and we can increase the size of this 50. Okay, now here you can see that we have this. So now we can just duplicate this, and now again we can add a new container inside this. Okay, and here we can just add this. Now what we have to do, we have to just add a heading, and we can just keep this. Okay, now here we can add the pop-ins or whatever you font if you want to use like this, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, let's keep the Montserrat font here. Here we can keep the 500, and here we can have this italic. Okay, like this, and here we can have the value secondary, or we can choose the secondary value like this. Okay, then here what we can do, we can just add this, and here we can just make this to 1.2 em, 1.1 em. Okay, and here we can just take this, and here also we can add this, and this will say Andrew, and here also we can just start the Montserrat font like this. This will be 600. Okay, this is done. Okay, so I think this is looking good. Okay, so this is done, and here you can just increase the size of this to, let's increase to 67 or 66, 70 something. Okay, and here also you can play according to what size if you want. Okay, if you want smaller and bigger, you can just play with that. Okay, so we can just preview it. You can see this is looking good. Now what we can do, we have to just go to each. Here we can have some blur effect. So let's keep some blur, and also let's add the z-index value to 100, so it will be at the top like this. Here also we can have some blur effect like this. Also we're gonna keep the z-index value to 100. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to just copy this. So now you can see that we have this one. So we're gonna just copy this, and here if I go to the right side, here we can paste it. Okay, and then again we're gonna paste this. Okay, so we have two section here ready in the third one, and also we can make a space between center like this. Okay, so this is done. Now here we don't want this, we only want this. So we have this container, and here we gonna put some padding like this. Okay, so this is done, and the inner one also we can remove the padding. Okay, cats, keep everything in the center. Okay, so this is also done. Okay, so this is also done. Now also this is done. Here you have to just replace the content. So we can choose this one, or also you can just add like here. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see that this is tagged on this. So how we're gonna do that? For that, we're gonna go to this. Suppose we have this one. Go to this, and here we have the position absolute value. Let's keep this absolute. Okay, after adding this absolute. Okay, let's see if we can move this and not. Okay, so I think we have added the absolute to the wrong thing. Okay, we have added this, so we have to keep this absolute inner one. So choose the inners, this go to one, choose inside inner, and here if you can go, here you can see position absolute like this. Okay, now we can place this here. Yeah, let's keep this little bit low upper. Okay, now we can keep the second one. Here also we're gonna make this position absolute. Okay, like this. Here also we can make this here. Okay, now we can just choose this inner one. Here also we can make this position absolute. Here also we can make this, and here also we can make this. Okay, now again we can go to the position value here. Here you can see position absolute, and here also we can make this okay, and here we can have this. Okay, so in this way we can do this. So you can see this is looking good. Now we can go to the main. Here we can have 60. Here we can have 100 like this. Okay, let's publish. You can see we have successfully built this. You have to just replace all of this content. Now let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I see go below, if I go below, let's go below, you can see all these things are fully working. This is also working. Okay, so you can see we have successfully built our real and story review section, and this is looking good. You have to just replace all of this content, and you can play with the position where you want to keep. Okay, I hope you understand how you're gonna build this. So let me show you. So this is also done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this categories section. So for making the categories section, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just add a new container here. Okay, and here we can add these two categories, and here also we can write 1400 max width. Here also we can have 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and here also we can go, and here also we can have some box shadow. Okay, and after the box shadow, you can see we don't want in the vertical, so let's remove from the vertical. And here also we can make this little bit blur. We can increase the spread of this. Okay, like this. Okay, now we have to keep some border radius, so let's keep the border radius at the top and at the right like this. Then we have this featured one. Okay, real stories, and here we have this to 200. Okay, now we can go to this, and here we can add this. Okay, let's keep this in the center. and again you can see here we have this. So let me copy this from here. Okay, now let's copy this also. Okay, so in this way we can copy and paste these sections here. Okay, now you can see that here we have this add to cart, so we're going to copy this add to cart from here. Okay, like this, and here we can remove this. Okay, so now here we can have this next gen selection, or we can have this our own topic like our best categories publish, and here you can see that we have to make this now. So for making this also we need 3 sections. So first we're gonna add this container. Okay, we're gonna remove all of this. Now we're gonna add another container. Okay, remove all of this. So here this is the main, and this is the one. Duplicate 2, and this is the 3. Okay, then here you can see that we have the space between center. Okay, like this. So now you can see that we have this here and this here. So here you can see that we have this. Okay, now you can see that we have this image. So first we're gonna find this image. So inside you can see that we have the image. Okay, this is the inner one, right? So here we can go to inside this. So here we can just make center and center, and display size would be cover. Okay, and here you can see that we can use this, and here we can just add this value. Okay, then here we can save the edits. Okay, then you can see we have this. Now we can go to the border, and here we can have the border radius 20. Okay, now you can see we have to just add some height 450. Let's keep this. Okay, like this. And here you can see that now we have to add some headings. So let's add this, and this will say laptop and PC. Okay, and here we can just make this Montserrat, increase and decrease the size of this, keep this 600. And here we can have this to lorem ipsum, and here we can have this. Okay, now let's make this, and here we can have this. Okay, now we have to choose this button. So for that we can use this button from here. Okay, now we can just paste this, and this will say explore products. So we're gonna write here explore products. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is done. We can also increase size a little bit, so let's keep this 500. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is done. We can make this like this. So now you can see that we have the below. Now only we have to just duplicate this. So let's duplicate this. Okay, now below that you can see we have the digital camera. Let me copy this. Okay, we can paste it here. And here you can see that we have the gradient value, and here we can have this theme one, and this would be white. Okay, now here we can have this to theme black. Okay, and also you can see we have to add an image here. So let's add an image. This image would be inside this only. Okay, this is the image of the camera, so let me choose the camera here. Okay, so this is the camera. Okay, and we can make this in the left line. Also in the inner part, we don't want to show the padding in the right like this. Okay, and here we can just play with the font size according to this. Okay, like this, and here in the inner one we can have this to 450. Okay, now we can also choose the inner, and here you can see below also we don't want the padding like this, so this will be on this. Okay, this is looking good. Now we can just make this to the top also a little bit, so it will be closer to the button. So let me see. Okay, so this is much closer. Okay, so this is looking good, this much. Okay, and inside this we don't want this button also, so we can copy this button. Okay, like this, and this will also show view more and all. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish this, and also now you can see that we have this. So for that also we're gonna copy this here like this, and if I go to the main here we can make everything in the center. Okay, and this would be to 600. This will say accessories, so here also we can accessories. Okay, so for that let me copy this and let's remove this from here and we can paste it. Okay, here now we're gonna replace this with the watch. So this is the watch. Okay, this is done. Now we can just go here, and here we can just add this to black and this to white, and here you can see we have this to white color, and here also we can make everything white, and this would be deleted, and we can copy this and we can paste this here. Okay, so this is also done. Here we can write accessories. Okay, so this is the accessories. Okay, so this is also done. Let's publish. Okay, now you can see we have to copy this, so we can just copy this same. Okay, we can copy this same, we can here. Okay, and we can copy this and we can also paste this here. So this will be pasted, but this is pasted inside this, so we can just move this outside by dragging this, and we can make this below. Okay, we can make this below. Now you can see we have to make this here you can see this is below, so for that we can click on this and we can make this like this. Okay, and here also we can have some black color one, so the image would be this. Okay, and here also we can have this camera and all. So I think this is looking good, and this is also done. Now let's publish. Okay, so in this way you can make this type of custom sections using the Elementor. I hope you're understanding. If you find this video a little bit fast, you can play it in a slow speed by using the settings. Okay, so you can see here we have all these sections fully ready. Our main sections are fully working. Okay, so this is also looking very good. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the blocks section, and then we're gonna build the rest added footer. Now you can see we have this okay, so now what we can do, we can just copy this. Okay, now we're gonna paste it here, and here we can write blocks. Here we can write 1400. Here we can write it to the top, it to the bottom. Okay, now you can see that here we have the two sections. So for that we can add a container, and here we can write one. Okay, and here you can see that we have the inside blocks, so we can just copy this. So we can just copy this from here. Okay, and here we have the explore product section, so we can just copy this. Paste it here. Here you can see we have this. Okay, and here you can see I think we have some margin at the top, and this will say explore our blocks. Okay, and here you can see the first section is ready. Okay, now let's add the new container here, and this would be 2, and here we can just remove all of these paddings and all. So here you can see that we have this image, so let's go here, and here we can choose this image. Here we can choose this image. Okay, and here we can make this everything in the center. Display size would be cover, and this would be, let's crop this. Okay, and here we can crop this. Now let's save edits. Okay, save this. Now let's save this. Now let's select. Okay, and here you can see that for the featured, here we can have this in the center, and the height would be a little bit, I think 400. Let's keep this. Okay, now we're gonna go for this. Okay, so this will be 2 first and 2. So here also we have to add a container, so let's add a container. Okay, let's add a container here, and the container width would be little bit like this. Okay, and here we can have this 30. So here you can see that we have the laptop and PC, so we can have, okay, let's remove this, and this would be this. One PC, and we're gonna make this white. Then we can have this to productivity. Yeah, and here we have the explore section. Okay, so here we have these things. So now you can see that here if I have to this second one, and this is the first one. So we can make everything in the center like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's publish. Now you can see we have to make this. So before that, let's try to refresh it here, and after refreshing, let's see this is working or not. If I go below, you can see we have successfully built it, but here we don't have the borders. So for adding the borders, we can go to this one. Inside this one we have this, so we can just go here, and here we can have the border radius of 20. Okay, now let's refresh it. Okay, so here you can see that border is not working. I have to check this. So here you can see that we have this one. Okay, and inside this we have this container. Okay, so this is the main one. So if I go here you can see that we can add the 40. Let's publish now. I think this time it will work. You can also preview this from here. Okay, so this is now working. Let's publish. Now if you see, if I go below, you can see that this is working now. Now we have to make this grid. So these are all the blocks grids. So for that we can add this is the second one, this is the first one. Okay, and this is the third one. Okay, let's add the grid. Okay, and here we can just remove all of these. Here we can have the inner. Okay, and here you can see that we have this cropped one. This is already cropped, so let's me go to remove this. So here we can just increase the width, and here we can have that 20. Okay, now you can see that here we have the products, so we can just copy this below, or we can just copy this from here, tiles, and here we can add the new color. Okay, like this, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, for this we're gonna make this 500, and here you can see that we have some content below, which is the text content, so we can just go here and we can just copy and paste it below. Okay, then we have the read more button, so we can copy this read more button from here. Okay, let's paste, and this will say read more. Okay, this will say read more, so this is done. Now what we have to do, we have to just duplicate this. Okay, we can duplicate this, and here we can have this to 30. Okay, let's preview. Now you have to just replace all of this content. Suppose you want to replace this content and text, we can just replace that. Just click this and click this, and whatever you want to add it here, image and all, you can just put it there, and also same for the text. Okay, so this block section is also ready. After that we have to make this CTA and some header and footer. So now let's make this CTA. So you can see that we have already built the CTA section at the top. So if I go to the top, you can see we have already built this, but this is only left and right. So what we can do, we can just copy that again. So here we can just go here, we can just copy this, and we can again go below, and here we can just paste it. Okay, then after that you can see after pasting we have this. Now we can just go to inside of this. Here let's rename this CTA2. Here in the main section we can just make this like this, so it will be like this, and here we can just replace the image. So let me find the laptop image of this here. Okay, so let me see, there should be one more. This is the bigger one. Okay, so you can see this is the, we can have this to 100, or we can say this 90. Okay, and here you can see that we have to we can change our names and all, join our community. Okay, here, and here we have this form. So let me remove this from here, and we can add the form here. Okay, and here you can write enter your email. Okay, and here you can see we have this, and here also we can have this to large, or we can choose this to medium, large. Okay, like this. Okay, and here you can see we have the large, and here also we can have this button. So now we can have this large here also. Okay, we can choose this medium also if you want. Let's choose this to medium, whatever you want. And here we don't want to show the labels, so here you can see we have this 100, so let's make this 80. And for this button, we're gonna make this 20% like this. Okay, and here also we can have this full width. Now you can see we can, here the form, we have the field one, so here we can have the border width. I think here we have the black color, so let's make this one, and border radius would be 100, and border color would be black. Okay, and for the button also we can have this background color black, and this would be like this. Here we have the border radius 100. Okay, and here we have these buttons. Okay, so this would say subscribe. Okay, this will say subscribe. And here if I go to the form fields, here we have this form. Here we have the typography. Let's increase this. So if I go to this field, here we have this to enter email like this. Okay, and here we have the Montserrat font like this. Okay, so this is also done. Now we can have this to 20 like this. Now let's publish. After that, let's try to refresh it here again. Let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this only working. Okay, so in this way we have successfully built this also. Now let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna build the header and footer. Now what we can do, let's make this footer. So for making the footer, what we have to do, we have to just go to the templates, open this theme builder from here. Okay, so this is the theme builder, and we're gonna build this same footer. So here you can see that we have the Electra Hub logo and this and this. Here we have the simple footer. So let's build this now. Okay, so sometimes simple things also looks good if you make the right. Okay, so yeah, let's make this simple footer here. So let's wait for it. Okay, so let's wait for it to add. Check my internet connection. Okay, so this is all working. Okay, so sometimes Elementor loads slow. This is only the bug or things I don't like about the Elementor, that it is very slow in loading and all. But this also depends upon the hosting, whatever hosting you have. Okay, now you can see we have this. So here also we can have this 4-section layout, and here we can mention that footer 1400, and after that we can just remove all of these paddings and all. So here we have this one. Here we can also have this, remove this, and we can also remove this. Okay, now let's go to this here in the grid section. We can have this to black, and we can have this to white. Okay, and the angle would be like this. Okay, and here we should have this. So let's keep this 30. Okay, now you can see that we have this icon, so we can just copy this. We can just copy this list here. Okay, and this will say Electra Hub, and here we can have the power, and this would be battery. Okay, let's see any logo here. So we can just choose this logo. Okay, so you can choose any logo. I'm just choosing the random logo some. Okay, so this is done. Here we can just go to the icon, and here we can make this white. Let's increase this. and here also you can see. So we can just make this Montserrat font. We can just increase and decrease this. Okay, we can make this white. Okay, and here also we can have this logo. So here also we can have this lorem ipsum. So let me copy this lorem ipsum from here, and here we can paste this. Okay, here you can see we have the footer one, and here we can just add it to the top and it to the below. Okay, like this, and here we can just see. Okay, let me cancel this notification. We have to cancel this. Okay, so let's wait for it. So here you can see that we have a lot of so right now you can see we can just make this little bit bigger like this. Okay, this is done. Now you can see we have the social icon. So let's first publish this so we don't lose any changes. Okay, if I refresh this here also, you can see the footer will be live here. So let's try to refresh. After refreshing, if I go below, you can see footer is live here like this. But there is one issue. This footer is in like in the box, but this is not in the box. So what we have done wrong here? So for that we can do one more thing. We can just add here 40 padding if we want. We can just add it here. Okay, let's try the 80. Let's try the 60 padding. Let's publish. Let's see if this is working or not. If this will work, okay, then or we have to, or I have a different way to make this. So you can see this is not working. So let's try the other way. So here we have to make a new container. Okay, so now make this footer main. Okay, so this will be like this, and here we can remove all of these paddings. Now what we can do, we can just copy this and make this 0. Now we can just copy this and we can just paste it like this. Remove this. Okay, like this. This is the footer. Okay, here we can have the 40 and 40. Okay, and here we have the 20, 21. Here we have the icon. Okay, like this. And here we have the footer, and this would be border radius, and this would be 20. Okay, now if I go here and if I try to refresh it, let's see. Try to refresh this. So let's see that we have to see. You can see this here. We have this. So this is working. Now we have to add the navigation and also first we're gonna add this text editor. Here we can write navigation, so we can add the navigation, and here we can have the Montserrat font. We can increase and decrease the size of this. So this is not visible. Let's make this white. Here also we can make this 600, and let's increase the font size. Okay, now we can have this to here, and here we can have this list: home, about us, services, blog. So this would be home, about us, and this would be services, blogs, and this will be contact. Okay, and this would be white. Okay, this is like this. Now you can see we have to add this quick links and all. Okay, and here also we can add the quick links, so we can just search it for quick links. Okay, and here we have the information. So let me go here, and here we can add the information, and here we can just add this, like here we can choose the phone. Okay, so here we can put some random number. Okay, like this. And here we can also make this icon color to the white, and this we can increase the size of this. Okay, and here we can have the email, so we can write electrahub@contact.com. Okay, like this, and here we can have the SMS. We have this mail logo here, and also at last we have this. So this would be our address, so we can just enter one random address. Okay, and this would be address map. Okay, so here you can see we have this 220, and this would be like this. Okay, so in this way you can see this is also done, and let's publish this once. After that you can see we have to add the social icon, so this is left, so let's add that social icon. Okay, and here you can see, then you can also add here if you want. Suppose if I want to add new one, so we can just click here, and here I can search for Instagram. Okay, and here you can see we have the custom value. Here we can make things white, and here also we can make things to black. Okay, and here you can see we have the rounded, we have the circle. Okay, let's increase and decrease the things. 30. Okay, now you can see everything is done. Now let's publish. After that we can go to this Electra Hub 2, and let's refresh this here. After refreshing, if I go below, you can see this is fully working now. Okay, and also we have to put some gap below, so we can have some gap here. Okay, then here we can see we have this Electra Hub 2, and we can just refresh this here. So after refreshing, if I go below, you can see we have this gap. Okay, we can mention the gap to only 40. Okay, so now what we can do, we can just click on this. Click on this, and here you can see we have this gap. Okay, so in this way our footer is also done. Now let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna build the header. Okay, so for making this beautiful header, what we can do, we can just go to the appendix first, and here we have to make some menus. So let's make some menus. Here you can see we have the home, about, featured, stories, categories, blocks, and contact. Okay, so let's go to this. Here we can add final menu. Here we can have the header menu and one. If you want to create, we can just do this. Okay, like this. Also, you can just add this home. Okay, let's add this home. Okay, we can also add this shop. Okay, and some custom links where I will show you how to go to the respective section, about, home, about. Okay, then you can see what we have, featured stories, so we can have the featured. featured, and here also we can have the stories, and we have the contact and blocks. So we can keep this contact. So also contact. Okay, now let's save this menu. Okay, then we can close this. Now we can just go to the templates, and here you have the theme below. Let's open this. Okay, here you can see that we have this header. Now let's upload a new header. Okay, we can upload this header. Okay, now you can see we have this Electra Hub. So again, we have to add a new container. Okay, and here we can add this header. Okay, and this would be 1400, and here we can also have these colors like theme 1. Okay, now you can see we have to add another container. This is I think 1400. Okay, right. Now we can add here one more container. Okay, and this would be space within center, and this would be border default one solid 1. Here we can make this black, and this would be border radius 100. Okay, and here we can have this 20. Now you can see we have this Electra Hub same logo. So what we can do, we can just go here and we can just open the footer again. So we're gonna copy that footer logo here. Okay, so I will show you how you can copy this from different tabs. Like we have the header and footer, so we have to copy the footer logo to the header. So how we're gonna copy that? Okay, so let's see if you want to copy this. Let's copy this from here, and here you can see we have the header. Let's paste it here. Okay, we can make this fully black. Okay, and here also we can make this fully black. Okay, now we have this menu. You can have this menu. Okay, so here we can make this full width and center. Want to say that, and here we can have this 600. Okay, and here we can have this too, and here we can make this to black. Okay, and here also we can make this to something like we can give some other shade, like we can try. Okay, let's try this secondary color. Let's try this secondary color. Okay, so we can have this different shade. Also we can try this 500. Okay, so this is looking good, or 600. Okay, so you can see this is good. Now we can just publish this one, so we don't do any changes. Entire site. Now we have to add this icon. So how to add this? For that we can search for the cart. Here you can see we have the cart. So this is the menu cart. So we can just drag and drop this menu cart here. So you can see here, you can see this is working. So here you can choose the basket medium. Okay, here you can see we have so much basket medium we have choose. So here what we can do, we can just hide the subtotal. The word would be there. Additional option we have automatically open cart. We don't want this. So here you can see that we have to first increase the size of the icon. So let's increase the size of the icon like this. We can keep this 25. Perfect. We don't want the padding. We don't want the padding. We also don't want the border width nor border radius. Okay, and here we can choose icon color to black like this. Everything is done. If I see, okay, let's publish. And after that, if I see, we have this 220 and 20. Let's keep this 10. Okay, from the left and right, we can have this 20. Published. But after that, if I go here and if I refresh it here, you can see. Okay, you can see this is not working. Okay, so this is working, bro. There is some refreshing, so you can see this is fully working. Also, if you want to make this sticky, let's try to make this sticky. This will work or not, I don't know. But we can try to make this sticky. So how we're gonna do that? Let's first we're gonna give this a color. Okay, now we're gonna go to this motion effect. Here you can see in the motion effect we have the sticky at the top. So it will be sticky like this. Let's try this. Because I also don't try this in my live website which I've already made. I'm gonna make this sticky. I want to make this sticky. So let's try to make this sticky. Okay, so you can see this is looking very good, I think. Only we have to have some space at the top. So like here you can see the sticky offset. So let's see we can make this 30. Okay, here we can make this 20. So this will be like this. Okay, we can also make this to 20. Sticky offset, let's try this 20. Okay, let's publish. So I think this will work when we move. Let's try this. So you can see when this is refresh, so when I scroll below, you can see we have this sticky effect. Okay, so this is, if this is really big, we can try this 10 value. Okay, now if I go here and if I refresh this, you can see we have this sticky and this is really looking good, I think. Okay, this is really looking good, and I must try this in my own own website, which I will give you the kit. Okay, so our whole website is done. We have successfully built our website, and you can see this is working fabulous. Okay, so I hope you understand how to build this type of website. So now only some part are left, like I will show you how you can do the mobile responsiveness. I will show you how to do the mobile responsiveness part, and okay, so let me show you how to add the animation in mobile responsiveness. So let me show you that how to add the mobile responsiveness part. So first we're gonna make the footer responsive. So this is already there. You can see this is already there, and here we can have the 40, and from the left and right we can add the value of 20 like this. So you can see our footer is automatically responsive after doing that. Okay, now let me show you how to make the header responsive. We can go to the header again. You can see this is also automatically responsive. So this is the power of the Elementor, that many things are automatically responsive and all. So now we have to refresh this homepage here, and we're gonna make the homepage responsive. So let me show you how fast we're gonna build that homepage responsive. Let's make this responsive. So first we have to choose this. You can see. So for the mobile and tablet, all are same. So I will show you only this mobile one. So and the same you can use for the tablet. Okay, here you can see we have the 80, 20. Here we can add 250, and this would be 20. And here you can see we have the future. So we can just make this to, yeah, you can just increase the font like this. Okay, so like this is almost responsive. We can just increase this. If you feel this is not, so we can just increase this like this. Okay, let's me. Okay, so you can play with this. Okay, so here also you can see, here you can see we are getting the border. So if you want, we don't want the border here. Next, make this 0. The border will be hidden. You can see this part of this is also not required, so we can also hide this. So always hide the things which you don't require in while, because to make the while looking good. Okay, so we should hide some things. So here we can place this. Also you can see here we have everything. This is done. Here we can make this 45. Okay, so in this way, here also you can see, so this would be 80 80, so we can have this to 80 20 80 and 20. Okay, and here also we can make this to full width. Here also we can make this 80 20 80 and 20, and here we can choose the 150. Okay, here we can have this 20 40 40, and here we can have this to full width. Okay, everything is done. The rest you can see. Here also we can have this to 20 and 20. Okay, and you can see we have this 80 20 80 and 20, and for the feature one we can have this to 0, and this is 0. Okay, so it should have 20 and 20 value, I think. So now we can just go to the main box here, and here we can make everything in the center, and this is also in the center. Okay, and here we can just increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and here you can see we have this to full width. Okay, so these sections are fully responsive, you can see. Okay, here also we can do the same thing. You have to just play with the sizes, like here we have the 80 20 200 and 20, and here we can just make everything like 35. Okay, and here also we can see, if I go below, we have the categories here, and here if I go to the main, we have 1 2 and 3. So inside the 1 we have 2 inners. Okay, now we're gonna just do this inner. Okay, and here you can just okay, here if I go, you can see we have the horizontal value, and here we can just make this to 35 80 100. Okay, and here we can have this to this, and here we can have this 120 150. Okay, like this. Here also we can increase and decrease the number, like we can decrease the number here. Okay, and here also we can keep this to like this. And for the inner we can use some 300 200 250 300, like this. Okay, also we can use this inner, we can hide this here. So we have to hide many things, like here we don't want to use this. Here the third one also let's hide this last one. Okay, now we can use this and we can hide this here first. And for this third one, what we can do, we can just go here. So now what we have to do, we have to, you can see that we have this inner value. So again we have to place this in the center like this. Okay, so it should be visible little bit, and you can just play with it width from here. We can keep this 300, we can keep this 250. Okay, like this. And we can just go here and we can just make this smaller, like we can make this here smaller a little bit. Okay, in this way this is all done, and else and the rest things we have to hide. Okay, so I think this is done also. Now we have the category section here. So here you can see we have these categories. So here also we can have 80 to the top, 20, 80 and 20. Okay, and here we can make everything in the center. Okay, and here you can see we have the 30. Okay, and here you can see we have to make this full width. Here you have the categories, and here we can have these things here. You can see all of these things are fully responsive. This is little bit bigger. So we can see, we can just go here, and we can play this. Okay, so this is looking good. Everything is fully responsive here. Okay, like this. Now let's go here. For making this, we have to again add it to the top 20, 80 and 20. Here also we can make this 35. Okay, and here you can see that for making this we can add this 30. So this is also fully working. Here to join our community section, here we can have 50. Here we can have the 80, 20, 80 and 20. And here we can have this to 35. Okay, so in this way this is also done, fully responsive, you can see. So now if I go here and refresh, so you can see the website is fully responsive. Okay, and one thing we have to do that right now you can see when I go to the mobile part, and here you can see we have this, but this is not fully working. Okay, we have to add this things and all. Okay, so I will show you how you can link some section, like if you want to link this. Okay, suppose we want to link this about to this about section. So you can see when we click on the about, we already already added that URL here. So you can see when I click, you can see here we have the about here. So you can just copy this, and suppose I want to make this about. You can go to the advanced by clicking on this. Here you have the CSS ID option, add this. So whenever someone click on that, it will go to their respective section. Like here if I show you that, if I refresh this, so let's refresh this once, and now if I click on this about, it will go to the respective section. Okay, so in this way you can see all the files are fully responsive. Now let me show you how you can add some basic animations in your website. Okay, so I will show you how to add this type of animation. Here you can see the hero section, we have this animation. Here you can see the animations are like this. Okay, so I will show this animation, and rest animations are almost same. Suppose I want to add the animation here, so I will choose this whole container. So this time I will show you how you can add the animation containers. So we can also add the animation container. Suppose I want to add the animation in this. I will choose that. Here we have the motion effect, entrance animation, and here we can have this slide and left. Okay, now we can make this fast, and here we can make the 50. In this way, now we have this second. Okay, this also we can make the motion effect, and here we can make this slide right. Okay, and here we can also make this 100. Now you can see if I go here. Okay, now we have to add the animation in this. So for that we can go to the motion effect, and here we can add the zoom in animation, and that will come after 600 milliseconds. Okay, so in this way we can put the animations anywhere. Just we have to add the delay time like 100 and then increase the delay time for the next. Okay, so our full website is done. Now let's refresh. Only one thing is left. I will show you how to scroll to top button. This part is left. So if I see, you can see the animations are working in this. If I refresh it again, you can see the animation will be working here like this. Okay, so now let me show you how you can add this scroll to top button. So for that we have to go to the plugin option. Okay, so for that we have to go to the plugin option, and from here we have to add a new plugin. Okay, so let's add the new plugin. Okay, so here you can see here we have the WP front scroll. Here we have to install now. Okay, so we have to install this. So let's try to install this. It will take some time to install sometime. So let's wait for it. It will also depend upon your hosting and internet speed. So let's wait for it. Okay, now let's me activate this. Now let's activate this. Okay, let's activate this. Let's activate this plugin. Okay, sometime it takes time, I think. Also, you can see there are so many plugins. Okay, so this is actually now we have to enable this, and we have to auto hide the objective second, hide on WP admin, and which things you want to choose. So I want to choose this for okay, and let's save the changes. So there are so much custom logos you can also add. Suppose you want to add your custom icon, you can just put it here from the middle of this, so that icon will be visible. So now if I go below, you can see that website is fully working, and we can also see that we have this. Okay, you can also make it to the top. Okay, so in this way we can add this type of website. So I hope you understand how to build this type of awesome website. We have successfully completed all of the sections, and our whole website is fully working, and also the mobile part is working. Okay, so you can see we have successfully built the whole website, and we have not used any premium template like other YouTubers. Okay, so you can build this type of website by using the Elementor and WordPress. All the images are in the video description for free. If you want to buy this kit, check out all the links are in the video description. We are selling this kit at very affordable rates. Okay, also this scroll button is working. Okay, and let me show you that we can also place the order here. So suppose we want to place the order, suppose we want to have the order here. So let's click on the add to cart. Just click on this add to cart, and after clicking on the add to cart, you can see this will add it to the cart. Now we can just open this view cart. So this will open the view cart button. So this will open all the view cards. So here you can see that. So let's proceed to checkout. Here we can add coupon code and all. So you can see if you want to build website very fast and if you want to sell some products, you can just build like this. Okay, so here you can fill out the details. Then here we can just place the order. Okay, so we can just place the order here also. So let's say, okay, so in this way, Okay, so this will not work right now because we have this coming soon here, but we can make means this is not live. So if you are seeing this coming soon, just click on this coming soon, and from here we can make this live and save the changes. Also, one more thing, I want to make it better that right now if you see here we have the loop grids, but when we click on this loop grid, if it is not redirecting to their single product page. So for that, we have to go to the product loop one. Okay, so product loop one. Now I will show you how to fix that. Okay, so I will show you how to fix that. So let's wait for it to open. So here you can see that this is open. Now we can go to this text, and here you can see we have that link option. Choose the dynamic text, and here we can see post URL. Only you have to do that. Here also you can redirect from here. Okay, and custom URL, and here you can choose the post URL. So whenever you click on this image or this text, it will redirect to their single product page. Okay, so let's try and refresh the final part. So you can see when I refresh this, you can see we have this, and you can see now we can go to their single product page. So we can click on this wireless mouse, and let's see, you can see we are in the single product page, and from here you can just add a full cart. Okay, so I hope you like this type of videos. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe to the channel, like and share our videos with your friends, and I'm gonna see you next time.